Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with another Chatty Get Ready With Me or weekly catch-up. As always, I'm gonna jump right in. I am so wiped out from the holidays, from Christmas this week. We did Christmas at our house this year and it was fine, but it was one of those days where just literally nothing was going right. I was doing all the food and I only did like 5 dishes, so it wasn't that bad. And I made 2 big breakfast casseroles, which usually when I host Christmas, that's what I do. I do like a big breakfast casserole because it's easy, it's yummy, and people always like it. For some reason, literally, I could not get anything to go right that day. I had boiled a whole bunch of eggs the night before because my husband really wanted me to do deviled eggs, which I like to eat deviled eggs. I don't like to make deviled eggs. I hate dealing with boiled eggs, period, because they're just hard to deal with. I've tried literally every trick in the book. I've tried putting them straight into an ice bath. I've tried, I always follow, directions online to do perfect boiled eggs, and like they just never turn out the way that I want them to. So I just don't like doing them. I don't know why I agreed to even do them, but I did, and it was just a complete nightmare. Like the eggs would not peel. It was just horrible. So I was just super frustrated. And then I put my casseroles together, but popped them straight into the oven. Forgot that you have to let them soak because I did a casserole that had torn up croissants on the bottom, and completely skipped the part where you're supposed to let it soak, like everything soak in for 30 minutes before you pop it in the oven. I just went ahead and put it straight in the oven, which thankfully it turned out good. Thankfully it still turned out good. So that wasn't a complete disaster. And then we just did the little smokies in a crock pot with barbecue sauce because that's just like that's a Southern staple that everybody loves. And my skin is so broken out again, and I have probably from all the junk I've been eating from just all the treats and stuff. And it's funny because it wasn't just me either. My mom, she was bringing a dessert, and she was gonna make this toffee that she's made before, just like a normal toffee that she's made before. But this year she was like, well, I'm gonna use all clean organic ingredients. And so that's what she did. She used all clean ingredients, and the toffee would not set up for some reason. It just wouldn't. So it ended up coming out like a fudge, and it is absolutely delicious. Literally everybody that had some was like, oh my gosh, Janice, you need to give me the recipe for this because it is so, so good. And she's like, yeah, well, the thing about it is there's no actual recipe for this because this is like an accident. It wasn't supposed to turn out like this. It's supposed to turn out like a actual, like a toffee. So I don't know what was in the air on Christmas Day, but it was just one of those situations where literally nothing was going right. I was frustrated the whole day. I was tired because I hadn't slept the night before very much. It just wasn't good. It ended up being a fine day, but I don't know, it just wasn't good. I think it has to do with the fact that I deal with seasonal, I don't want to call it depression because it's not necessarily like depression. And I don't want to equate it with that because I know that, people that have actual debilitating depression, that's that's way harder. I don't know. I think that the term seasonal affective disorder is a good term for it because it's not that I'm depressed. It's just that I'm having a really hard time functioning. it's like 11 o'clock right now, and I've just now gotten myself to where can sit down and film, because I'm just not, I don't want to do anything. I want to go find a little cabin, like a little Airbnb cabin in the middle of the woods, and just go by myself for a week and just to just decompress. I'm going through a situation where I don't want to be around anybody. I don't want to do anything. I just want to be left alone. And that's hard because whenever I get like this, I don't know what it is about my husband and my daughter, but they can sense it, and it makes them even more clingy to me, both of them. So now I've got like a clingy husband and a clingy child in a situation where I can't deal with it right now, because I'm not, because I just need people to not be clingy to me right now, you know? Like, I'm just going through a situation where I just need to be left alone. And that's rough. That's rough. So, and I'm the one that just ends up having to deal with it, you know, because, I mean, the fact of the matter is nobody's going to leave me alone, you know? So yeah, it's not been fun. It's not been fun. I'm not gonna lie. The holidays have not been fun this year. I'm so glad that they're over. I just need to get through the rest of this week, and then I think I'll feel better next week, because next week should go back to normal. It'll be just like a normal week. And I'll see, because that's another thing. I'm like out of my routine, and that I've told you guys like a lot that I don't do well if I'm out of my routine. So yeah. But anyways, I watched maybe one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life this week, because my daughter wanted to watch it really bad. She wanted to watch the new Barbie movie, and that, I know, like, we all laugh and say, yeah, that's like 2.5 hours of my life that I'll never get back. That it's truly 2.5 hours of my life that I will never get back. That movie was the worst. My husband and I just kept looking at each other like, what is this? Like, who is this marketed for? Is it marketed towards little children? Like, I'm so confused. It was so bad, and I would be so embarrassed if I were Ryan Gosling right now. Like, truly. I don't even have any words for it. It was so bad. And the fact that it just created like such a hype around Barbie, where like all these grown women were out, you know, no offense, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but it was like crazy here where I am, like, lots of grown women out buying Barbie merchandise, wearing Barbie shirts, wearing Barbie socks. You know, it's one thing for like children, tweens, even teens, okay? But grown women wearing all of this Barbie stuff because this movie came out. And I didn't, you know, I had no idea because I hadn't seen the movie, so I didn't know, you know, what like the movie even was. But now that I've seen it, I'm like, I don't even have any words. Like, I don't know. And maybe it's just because I'm kind of like in a negative place right now, but I don't think so. I don't think I would have liked that no matter what. Like, I don't know. And if you liked it, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. If you liked it, that's totally cool. It just was not for me. Another crazy thing, I've been following this story on TikTok. I'm going to use this Huda Beauty Glowish bronzer. I don't even like this bronzer very much. I don't know. It's just kind of like it's a weird bronzer. I don't know. I don't dislike it. It's just, I don't know. I have to like build it up a lot because it's so light, and it's it's pressed so hard that I feel like I can't, I don't know, like I don't know what I'm trying to say. I feel like I can't get a lot to come off. Anyways, I started, this girl came up on my For You page. Her username on TikTok, I think, is called Katie Tries. And it's about how she starts every video, my friend has been missing for 5 years. And then she goes into the story about how this friend of hers owned this, like, she was trying to get her travel business to be like successful. So she was trying to like work with influencers, and she was hiring all these people, and basically like every time that they would book a trip, things would go wrong. Credit cards wouldn't go through, people's flights would be canceled, she wasn't getting things booked on time. She was like trying to start this like basically travel tour company. Well, when she brought this girl on, this Katie girl, she had booked them all a trip to Ireland. And she was basically just like, she took them to Ireland to basically show them, you know, what her business entailed and like what they would be doing. They would basically be tour guides in these other countries. So she said that the Ireland trip went pretty well, but there were some red flags on that trip, such as like the credit card wouldn't go through to pay for the hotel, and just some other things. And I was like immediately getting Anna Delvey vibes. I was like, this is like Anna Delvey 2.0. This, I didn't really know what was going on at first, but I was just getting really like Anna Delvey vibes, like pretending that you have a lot of money when you don't, and not being able to actually pay for anything. And anyways, so she said that for the most part, the Ireland trip went really well. So she and her other friend were really excited to start working for her. They even quit their corporate jobs to go and work for her at her travel company. And I'm gonna use this Milani Luminoso blush. I haven't used this. This thing is so old and it's almost gone, but I need to go ahead and, you can see it's like way down to pan. I need to try and use this up. But anyways, they were like really excited to start working for her. And their first job was they were going to be leading a tour in Greece. And Katie, the girl who's telling the story, was like, I've never even been to Greece before. So it was like really stressful, but we planned that we would get there a week earlier so that we could kind of get our bearings and, you know, kind of figure everything out so that when the actual customers showed up, they would feel good about, you know, giving the tour that they paid for. Well, the girl whose travel company it is, Anna Delvey 2.0, her name was Josie. And Josie had been working with a pair of influencers. They're twins, influencer twins, who were going on this Greece trip. Well, something happened. She booked the tickets, and then, see, this is what she would do. She would book tickets and then she would cancel them because credit cards wouldn't go through or whatever. So she would book these tickets and something would happen. Well, anyways, she books their tickets for Greece to go a week early, and the tickets get canceled. So the girls are not able to go to Greece a week early to get their bearings for this tour. See, and the way that it would work is the customers would actually pay Josie all of this money up front, like say $10,000, and out of that $10,000, it would include their flights and like the tour and just whatever else, excursions, different things that she would offer. And, you know, she would get all this money and nobody actually knows where any of the money was going, because she would get paid, but then wouldn't book flights, or she would book them and then cancel them. just all kind, you know, she would book these hotels, but then the credit cards wouldn't go through, so the hotel would cancel the reservations. Just craziness. So anyways, they all get to Greece and like all hell starts breaking loose. Like they can't get transportation, nobody speaks the language, their hotels are canceled. There's just like all this just craziness happening. Katie, the girl who's telling the story, she broke her tailbone on the trip in like a boating, or sorry, no, on a jet ski. And I mean, it was just crazy. Like they had to catch a night ferry because nothing was paid for. The credit cards weren't going through. And all this time, come to find out, there's another friend of hers named Shirley, who there's a whole separate side story going on with her. She's in Nepal and she is supposedly supposed to be collaborating with Josie because she actually was living in China at the time. And so Josie asked her if she wanted to work with her and if she wanted to lead a tour in Nepal, and the same kind of stuff was happening, or I think that this happened just before the Greece trip, but basically the same thing. And at the same time that there was a trip going on in Nepal, she had a trip going on in Africa, and all of the same problems, all of the same craziness. And so soon, a lot of these girls, especially her friend Shirley, starts finding that, like, starts having all of these charges come up on her credit card where Josie is using this girl's personal credit card to charge flights. She charged the Ireland flights to Shirley's credit card, like she was committing credit card fraud. Just all of this craziness. But anyways, apparently this girl has been missing since 2019 because she's on Utah's most wanted list. And nobody knows where she is. And so these two girls, Katie and then Shirley, when Shirley saw Katie telling her story, Shirley was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell my story then. And it's just wild. I don't remember what Shirley's username is on there, but if you're interested and you're on TikTok, you can look up Katie Tries, and she tags Shirley she tags Shirley in some of her videos, so then you can find hers. But it's wild. It was basically another like Anna Delvey situation, but this girl trying to run a business. And the thing is, nobody knows where all of this money has gone. She was literally scamming everybody. At one point, Shirley's dad was gonna invest in her business. And as soon as, what she would do is she would get people's credit card information to book them flights and things. And then she would steal their credit card information, and then she would to book other flights, hotels, other things, she was just using just all of these people's credit cards. So people started having, they would do fraud, they would call up their creded card companies and say, no, this is fraud. I didn't authorize these. I didn't charge these. And it's just a huge mess. People have tried to file lawsuits, but they can't find her. She's literally been missing since 2019. But anyways, I've been following that for days. It's insane. It's such a crazy story. Okay, I'm using this KKW Beauty eyeshadow palette. This is an old, oh my gosh, from 2017. It's a little Christmas set that she had with a lipstick and this, and I think a lip liner maybe. I cannot stand the Kardashians. I don't know why I ever bought any of this makeup, but I bought it, so I need to go ahead and use it. But this is a really pretty palette, and I do get compliments on it every time I wear it. But anyways, yeah, so I've been like following that on TikTok this week. I watched that horrible Barbie movie. I don't know, I'm just so ready for the holidays to be over and for things to just go back to like normal, you know, business as usual. I'm over this season. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it got so cold so fast here. Like we don't usually, it just does not usually get cold like this where I live. You know, the kind of cold that we're having now is usually for us like the end of January and then through February, and then it kind of starts to warm up again. So we deal with it for maybe like a month and a half of really cold weather. Some years it just never gets really cold at all, which are the years that I love, where you really don't even have to pull out many of your winter clothes because it just never actually gets super cold. But this year is just, wow, it is so cold. And I don't know, they're saying that we're gonna have some crazy like winter storm coming up. I've seen some of the people that do like the weather projections or whatever, they have those, you know, the models that they use. And they've got some system that's going to come through Tennessee and hit North Carolina as if they need anything else. I mean, North Carolina literally. Well, that's wild. I didn't even put a transition shade on. I just went straight in, which I guess is fine. But yeah, my brain's not even functioning today. It's really, another thing is it's really dark outside. It's like really dark and gray. It's never brightened up at all today. So that's another thing that's hard for me when it gets like that. Anyways, I hope that you guys had a really good Christmas and have had a really good holiday season. I hope that nobody else has, but I know a lot of people, I know a lot of us are feeling like this right now. It's just been, I don't know, it's just been a weird year. It's been a very weird holiday season for a lot of us. I'm not even kidding. I don't think I could, because Charlotte probably wouldn't, she probably would not, it would not fly with her. But I seriously, if I could just like find an Airbnb, maybe in the woods somewhere, that I could go to by myself for a couple days just so I could like decompress, I definitely would. I wouldn't go for a week or anything. I could probably only make it happen for a couple days, but oh, if I could, I would. But yeah, I don't think, especially right now, because Charlotte is just going through, it's been since about her birthday when she turned 12. She's just been really clingy recently, and which is weird. It's not like her. She's like a very independent kid. She usually just likes to do her own thing. She's not like a clingy kid at all. So I don't know. I think whatever we're all feeling, she's feeling too. She just doesn't know what it is because she's too young, you know, she's too young to even know that she's feeling off, if that makes sense. But anyways, I really want to see the new Nosferatu movie. It's getting such good reviews. I want to watch it really badly. But I'll wait until I can watch it from my own house, because I'm definitely not going to go to the movie theater for it. There's another movie coming out soon that my husband and I were watching the trailers for it last night called The Gorge. And it actually looks really, really good. Speaking of Nosferatu, I heard that, I think it came up on my TikTok page because I've got a whole bunch of Nosferatu stuff coming up on my TikTok page, I guess because I watched the trailer on there. But anyways, apparently Harry Styles and Anya Taylor-Joy were supposed to be the leads in that movie instead of Nicholas Hoult and Lily Depp. Lily Rose Depp, I guess, which I think, I don't know about Harry. I think Harry Styles is fine as an actor. I think that movie, Don't Worry Darling, I really liked that. I think he did a really nice, I think he did a really good job in it. But I don't know how I feel about him as an actor, like overall. I'm just really not into, these musicians, little boy bands that are made by who knows who, who knows who like creates them and then foists them onto the public. Anyways, yeah, so you guys can probably see how dark it is. There's like no light coming in. It's really, really depressing. It's one of those days where I just want to be on the couch and I just want to, like, I don't know, scroll all day or watch movies or something. Like, I don't want to have to be doing anything, but, unfortunately, I don't really have days that I can just not do anything or just, I just sit around. And I think that that's part of my problem. Like, I don't know. I feel like I need to slow down this year. But knowing me, that's just not gonna happen. We did, my husband and I did start looking at, because we want to take Charlotte to Disney World this year. Because last time she went, she was 5, and she hadn't fallen in love with Avatar yet. So we really want to take her back so that we can take her to Pandora. And we took her last time we went, she just doesn't remember. And she just didn't know anything about it back then, but now she does, and she just wants to go so bad. So we're thinking this year will be the year. My husband really wants to go to the Star Wars 2 there, which has opened. It wasn't open. They were working on it last time we went. So he really wants to go see that too. So we figured this will be the year we go. I can't believe it's been 6 years since we took Charlotte last time. That's wild. It feels like it's been so long. Time just flies. It's like so dark in here. I can't even see myself to do my makeup. I don't know. I'm so sorry that this video is going to be really low energy, but I'll just be interested to hear how your guys' holidays went. I hope that they were way better than mine. Not that mine were bad. It's not really, they weren't really bad. I don't know. I'm just not in the mood this year at all. Thankfully, Molly's been doing really good. She hasn't had any bad days. No. Oh my gosh, I didn't even do my eyebrows. I've got a little bit of a Beauty of Joseon serum that I'm trying to work through. I think that that's what is breaking me out. So I think I'll just toss that. There's only a little bit left, so I think I'll just let it go. Oh my goodness, I got this mattress topper for Charlotte that she wanted for her birthday. We got it off the TikTok shop. And when people do reviews for it or whatever, they call it like a marshmallow mattress topper. And I was really skeptical because, I don't know, I just am a skeptical person and I just didn't think it was gonna be very good. And the last couple nights, she's wanted me to sleep in her bed with her, and now, oh my gosh, I have to buy one of those mattress toppers for our bed, because holy cow, that thing is so good. It really is like having your body be cocooned in a marshmallow. It is so freaking comfortable. I cannot even believe how comfortable it is. And oh my gosh, I have to have one now. Now my bed just feels like a rock compared to hers. So I'm gonna have to, thankfully it's like really inexpensive. I got her a 2-inch one. They have 3-inch ones though, and I think I'll get a 3-inch for us. But yeah, after sleeping on her bed now for a couple nights, like holy cow, mine is just not comfortable at all. I don't know, we've got memory foam mattresses and I just haven't found a really, really comfortable mattress. Like maybe ever. I think I just kind of deal with it, you know, deal with the fact that my mattress is just not comfortable. I don't know. Anyways, this is the lipstick that came with that palette. It's called Pink 5, I guess. It's really pretty though, and it does really match the eyeshadow palette really good. I'm gonna throw this away. It's old, it's sticky. Like I can barely even rub my lips together. Anyways, you guys, I'm so sorry. I knew that today was gonna be super low energy and like, you know, it just is what it is. It's been rough this last week, especially since Christmas. Like since about Wednesday, it's been rough. And yeah, I'm just hoping that next week gets better. I'm gonna start filming videos for filming the member videos next week. Those are gonna be super casual though. Those are probably gonna be just me sitting on my couch talking into my phone. They're gonna be super, super casual, so we'll see. If you guys end up not liking them, then we'll just stop doing them. But I think you guys are gonna end up liking those. I think it's gonna spark a lot of really good conversation. I think that it's gonna be a really safe space for people, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. But anyways, you guys, yeah, this is makeup done. That palette is really, really pretty. I just did kind of like a really small little wing with eyeshadow because I think it's pretty to do that sometimes. I can't believe I didn't use any kind of a transition shade at all, but that's okay. But yeah, it's a really, really nice palette. I do not like the Kardashians at all, but some of their makeup is, especially the eyeshadow palettes. I've got a couple palettes from Kylie from the Kylie Cosmetics line that I really like too. But yeah, it's just a nice kind of neutral, easy breezy look for today. But anyways, you guys, I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.